What the fuck? Say hi, Chris.
Wait, don't go in there. He's doing his podcast.
What's up, guys? We are back with another episode of Successfully Failing, the podcast. Here with me again is the one and only Xavian. Say hello, Xavian.
Hey man, what's up?
Yeah, so last episode we talked mostly about NXT TakeOver San Antonio. We got a little into Royal Rumble, but now we're going to get deep into Royal Rumble. And we're gonna do this sequential. So we're not gonna give you anything. And we're gonna get into the bullshit later, because for the most part, we thought this was gonna be a shitty pay-per-view all around, and 95% of it was actually decent. And then there was that little
that little anticlimactic Royal Rumble.
No. All right. So shut up. So we have the kickoff show. The first match was pretty much throwaway. It was the 6-woman tag team match.
Yeah, that's just I mean, whatever.
It sucks because you got some talent in that tag match, but they want to throw everybody in.
Yeah, but it's good that Naomi had her shine.
Yeah, spoiler alert, Naomi wins. It's all good. Who cares about that match really anyways? But yeah, so Naomi wins, and that pretty much solidifies her number one contendership for the SmackDown women's title. So she should be facing Alexa Bliss probably in the next pay-per-view, which is Elimination Chamber. So high five to Naomi. Bunch of sexy girls in that match, but that's all that really was. And I know you have a lot to say about this. It was the tag team championship match, and that was the SmackDown tag team champion, right? Or the Raw? Raw. We had Sheamus and Cesaro defending their titles against
the club, the Gallows.
Yeah, the
Carl
club.
Anderson.
And
Biz Clitz.
That was actually a good match.
Damn right it was.
I mean, I personally like Sheamus and Cesaro. I like them as a team.
It's just that the two referee bullshit really did not even come into play at all.
That was dumb from the get. I mean,
one referee got booted in the face, the other one just came in. It's like, okay, that could have just worked just a regular. Probably that aisle was too long to run.
Exactly. Or they could have just pulled yeah, that's true too, because that aisle was fucking that was like half a football field.
I think that was the whole football field, the way they were running.
You see, spoiler alert, you see people running in the Royal Rumble, and it looks like they're running down that endless hallway that you see in like horror movies or some shit. But
I think by now everybody should at least heard about the Royal Rumble, so I think we could just do it.
I'm just trying to get into all the.
You could put spoiler alert on the text or whatever.
Oh no, I'm just saying that jokingly. I don't mean it serious.
I was about to say, I'm like, my bad.
X is getting scared and shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't want no marks coming up out here, getting at me.
Dude, if you really cared about the Royal Rumble and you didn't watch it by now, then you really don't care about the Royal Rumble. It's just like WWE on Raw and SmackDown, where in the middle of the match they give you a commercial. So anywho, so where were we? We were at the tag match.
Yeah.
And yeah, the stupid 2 referee thing, which made no sense. I mean, I'm glad it didn't really slow down the match either, because it was a good match.
It was all right.
I mean, like I said, I'm a fan of Cesaro and Sheamus and these guys. I'm not opposed to the club. I just fuck with these guys. But yeah, these guys are club marks over here.
Yeah. Biz
Biz Cliz,
They're too
NWO.
sweet.
Give me
Now,
a
get
kiss.
out
Give me
of
a
here with
kiss.
that.
Give me a
Get
kiss.
out of here with
NWO.
that. Get out of here with
I got proof that you're about that Hollywood Hogan shit. I got proof. I got
cut that
picture
out.
proof.
Go on with
Matter
your
of fact,
topics, my
I'm
man.
gonna leave a link in the description below, so where you guys could
Oh,
see this guy's a fraud.
Ain't no mind. I'm out that Biz Cliz business.
Yeah, NWO originators. But no, like it was a good match. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy. It was a pre-show match, so you know you get what. And another thing too, in the pre-show, you still getting that fucking that commercial break shit in the middle of the match. So it's like the match could be like a the match could be like a 5-star match. Yeah, good girl. It could be like a 5-star match, and you get those commercials. It just ruins everything. It's like a dick tease right there. So, anyways, yeah. So the club came out victorious.
About time.
On some bullshit roll up though. but you know
they would have to protect one of them from the finishing moves. You know.
Yeah, because Cesaro and Sheamus are too big for that.
Too big for that. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, but it's about time they get theirs. You know, they were dominating Japan just to come in to run jokes. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, now the question is the WWE gonna honor their sort of how do you say it? I'm trying to think of the word. Their not their prestige, but I guess like you know their success. If they're gonna honor their success and their longevity and whatever the accomplishments from NJPW and everything else.
I don't know. This is WWE we're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. Or are they gonna get a 1-month reign where they lose to like the Luchadores or whatever?
Yeah, just like what they like how they did to Dolph Ziggler a while back. They just gave him the belt just to shut the marks up, and they just took it off him real quick.
My man, you know, to digress from what we were talking about a little bit with Dolph Ziggler, he needs to go to NJPW or Ring of Honor or something like that because he's not. I mean, and it sucks that he actually loves this company, and I don't blame him because as a wrestler, despite the bullshit, WWE is the main stage.
Yeah,
that's where everybody sees you. So as a kid growing up, you weren't thinking about NJPW or Ring of Honor. You were thinking about WCW or WWF or WWE, whatever. So it's like, but Ziggler, he loves the company too much, and I think he loves just what comes with it, despite the bullshit, that he won't leave. I don't think he, and it sucks because he's too loyal, but he's too good to sit there and waste his talent. Like imagine him having matches with Kenny Omega or you know Kota Ibushi and people like that.
Easily good matches.
Exactly.
He's a good worker.
This dude should be headlining WrestleMania. You know what sucks? If he was in the Attitude Era, he would be on top.
That's true.
He would be on top. All these dudes that are not getting shine will be on top.
Well, the thing during the Attitude Era, there was a whole lot of opportunities for people to shine.
Yeah. Well, also too, there was WCW and ECW, so they had competition. But even still, WWE was sort of like that. I think once they did, well, actually no, because they were back and forth with WCW. Because a lot of people forget that NWO came before DX, and NWO was like the big thing. So you don't really think of WCW as that company that like, you know, went there, you know, but. Because you were so used to WWF and the Attitude Era and all their shenanigans and whatnot, and so. But anywho, Dolph Ziggler he gets no respect. Somebody like Ryder, they you know he has that battle with cancer or whatever or some shit like that. He's a cancer survivor or something, right?
Who?
Ryder. He's some kind of cancer survivor. I don't know how big it was and how.
I've heard that story. Well,
that's supposedly why they gave him the belt. The Intercontinental title around that time.
Oh, I thought it was his father or something like that.
Something. He did.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but then you take it away from him the next night.
That's what I was just about to get to. He's a cancer survivor, and you give him the belt just because, and you just take away from him the next night.
That's some Donald Trump shit right there.
Yeah, that is. That's like haha. Yeah. We just here to shut the people up about you.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like you don't even give these guys like a good.
Respectable reign.
At least half a year, you know? Like, he won it when? He won it at What was that, SummerSlam?
Well, that the Intercontinental
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania with that.
He won it at WrestleMania. Let him lose it
ridiculous-
at SummerSlam.
You could have a good 3 months reign, a respectable 3 months reign.
Yeah.
You know, but
And what WWE should do is treat these smaller pay-per-views as like, throwaways. Like instead of wasting these big pay-per-views. I mean, you don't have to defend the title. You could get away with that not defending the title at like not Elimination Chamber. Oh yeah, even Elimination Chamber. Make that like a number one contendership kind of thing or something. I don't know. But so yeah, you give these guys bullshit reigns, and then you're gonna have. Well, he didn't win it, so that's good actually, because I was afraid that Roman was gonna win. Spoiler alert, and and they were gonna have him hold the title for like fucking 10 years and shit. But anywho, all right, so we got that. Now we got another match that this Mark right here was super stoked about the outcome, and it was corny ass Nia Jax versus Sasha.
yeah, I'm a Nia Jax guy, man. Fuck you.
He likes his women scary.
Hey, she looked good.
Hey, to each his own, right? But,
Sasha Banks looked good too.
Yeah, she looked good. It's like, I really didn't pay much attention to that match, but I feel like it was just when I did pay attention, it was just like Nia Jax destroying Sasha.
You already know off the bat that Nia Jax is gonna go over.
You know what they'll probably do? They're probably gonna do that whole David versus Goliath shit, But then again, I think Sasha, I don't know. It seems like they're pushing her out.
She's going down that rung, down that ladder.
It's so sad that with these, you had like Paige come up. Paige was a beast. She had a pretty decent come up, pretty decent title run, and then where is she now? It's like they take these, these really good female wrestlers and just, I think the only reason why Charlotte's a great wrestler, but I think the only reason why she's not getting that bullshit treatment is because of her father.
Mm-hmm.
Which, rightfully so. The shit that... And don't get me wrong, she can wrestle. She puts on some good matches. I mean, I'm glad they got rid of that whole her not winning without her father shit. But it's just that like you got Sasha, you got Paige, and whoever else comes up. I hope they don't kill Asuka with that bullshit.
That's what I'm scared of. Cause there's no woman in that main roster could hang with Asuka.
Yeah, that's another one. Emma, you had the bullshit gimmick before, where she was like that fucking sped character or whatever, doing that little dance shit. And then now you have her as she's probably gonna be a diva, which is unfair to her because
she could wrestle.
Yes.
The gimmick she had, the heel gimmick she had before was awesome.
Well, I don't remember that. Was that after the whole?
Yeah.
Okay, after the whole sped thing. She was like the female Santino.
Yeah, she teamed up with
But so they take these girls and it's like, I mean, the thing is, you're either gonna, instead of pretending that you want them to, wrestle, go back to the whole Attitude Era where they were stripping and stuff like that. I mean, because they're trying to be in between and it's not working. You either let them wrestle or let them strip. Because half these girls are nothing but the ones that they're pushing, the ones that we see all the time. They're just, yeah,
Bland.
exactly. And it's they may be great people. I'm not shitting on them, but it's just like you got these talented people, and they're not going anywhere. I mean, I do give it to the Bellas though. They're not the best wrestlers, but you kind of see when they do wrestle, like they're at least trying, as opposed to like Eva Marie, who
she just can't do it.
Nah.
Trying is an argument in itself, but she just can't do it.
No,
she just don't have it. She's just a manager. That's what she is.
Exactly. Let her manage like Ziggler or some shit like that. Somewhere along.
She's not a wrestler. She can't do it.
No, yeah.
Not even divas on the diva level. No.
There's divas that go way over than her and know it. Kind of know what they're doing. But anyways, yeah. So Nia Jax beat Sasha Banks. I don't know if there was a stipulation in that or that was just a grudge match kind of thing. So, yeah. But, I mean, all I remember was Nia Jax crushing Sasha, and I felt bad for her. Because that's just unfair. That Samoa drop, that shit is no joke. Alright, and then now we got the main card. The actual Royal Rumble event. First match was the Women's Championship, Raw Women's Championship. We had Charlotte defending her title against Bailey.
I thought it was solid.
That was a good match.
I thought it was solid.
I'm one of those people that I hate seeing Charlotte win, though she is a great wrestler. But that was a good match. Like they both, they had good sequences. It wasn't some bullshit gimmicky loss. Like it was like straight to the
Clean finish, all that. Yeah,
Mhm.
I like it. Like
something we need to see more of. And that's why, like I said earlier, I was glad that she got rid of the whole "I can't win without my dad" thing. Like her dad's no longer in the picture, which is great. So it was almost like, I'm not gonna say like not exactly like, but it kind of had that Hogan Flair vibe from back in the day, because this girl's like Bailey's like the
underdog.
yeah the under. I don't know if you would call Hogan an underdog, but
Hogan is labeled underdogs, but he no matter what, he's still going to go because when he fought Yokozuna.
Yeah, well, when he fought somebody like Yokozuna or whatever, that was, or Andre the Giant. Those he was underdogs.
That's the story they built for him.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like when he went at it with like Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't really like an underdog thing.
Yeah,
but,
true.
But still, I get what you're saying. Bailey was the underdog, and Charlotte was like the, you can't beat me. But it was cool. It was an entertaining match. There was this one sequence where like I think Charlotte was she was doing some weird flip thing, some like.
That triangle choke flippy thingy.
Yeah, like it looks like a submission and
figure four. That's the figure four headlock, whatever they named that.
Some shit, but that was pretty cool. Like I remember, put my head down, I pick my head up, and I see that. And so ultimately, Charlotte won. She retained her title. Busted open her mouth pretty badly, which was cool. But it wasn't anything to ride home about. But it was definitely better than some of the matches they've had in prior big events. So far, Royal Rumble was actually, off to a decent start. Now we follow that up with the Universal Championship match, which is a world title if you don't know. And it was KO defending against Roman Reigns, and not for nothing.
Another solid match.
Good match. I mean,
another solid match.
Everybody who knows us knows how we feel about Roman Reigns, and we'll get into that later on. But it was they both went at it back and forth. First of all, let's talk about what Kevin Owens did outside of that frog splash to the outside, because that was crazy. My man pulled off the Stone Cold Stunner.
Yeah.
And I want to hear what Stone Cold has to say about that.
I think he said something about that.
I haven't heard the podcast yet or whatever.
Oh.
But
he probably hit up a tweet or so.
Yeah, I gotta do some research on that. But I'm pretty sure if Stone Cold is the the guy that we all know him to be, he actually probably maybe not publicly, but maybe in his head gave Kevin Owens props. Because Stone Cold is one of the pioneers, especially of our generation. But to see somebody like him as opposed to some bum ass like Cena doing it, I think he would have been mad. I think he would have came out there and stunned Cena.
Well, Cena did the figure four, so that's what's supposed to be a foreshadowing. But we get into that later.
Yeah, I don't think Ric Flair cares about that. Though. Ric Flair loves Cena, at least so he says. But it was good. Roman Reigns, he put on a good show. I mean, outside of the Superman punch, which that shit needs to go. AJ Styles, even though it's not a Superman punch, that should be called a Superman punch, because everything about it, and I'm not just hating on Roman Reigns, but when you're one of those close to 7 foot dudes, and you should be power bombing people and all this crazy choke slams and stuff, and you're fucking jumping in the air like a little female punching people. Nah, that shit don't work. What was your take for the most part? Like, what was your moment of that match?
When freaking Strowman came out, did work.
Yeah, we all
did work. He just did work and just like, yo, I'm out.
We all thought that Roman was gonna win this.
Yeah. Then Strowman's like, nah, I got some other plans.
Which is gonna lead us to something later on that we're gonna talk about, because this shit don't. This is why the Rumble was off to a good start.
Yeah, it was off to a good start. I thought another story was building with this with Braun Strowman coming out, put this guy on the table, then doing that power slam through a table, just walk out. Like, yo, I did my job.
The only thing I hate about that is that they got this whole thing with Kevin Owens, as they do with all heels, that they can't win by themselves.
Yeah.
And then you got those people that don't know shit about wrestling that talking about, no, he can't win by himself. Yeah, because that's what the script entails.
Yeah.
Like, we all know...
That's just an easy cop-out for heels.
Mm-hmm. Which is a shame, because if they let... Like, you go back to the Shinsuke and Bobby Roode match. Outside of that injury that Shinsuke had, quote-unquote, endured or whatever, because we never know if these shits are real or not. Outside of that, Bobby Roode was the heel, but the fans were still cheering for him. The only time they would boo Bobby Roode is if, like, he said something about Texas or something or whatever. But
but those are different fans from the other
but
Royal Rumble fans.
Yeah.
Those are fans that don't care. They just care about if you're a good performer or whatever. That's why he's getting all these cheers.
Yeah, but even now, like, you're starting to hear more of the real fans in the actual, Raw, SmackDown, and all that. Like, you're starting to hear more of, you hear people later on, we'll tell you why, chanting bullshit. I mean, you see the reaction videos. It's like, people just, they're not buying what the WWE is selling. But but anywho, like, despite that, like, I was happy to see Braun Strowman come in, fuck Roman Reigns up.
Yo, Braun Strowman was the highlight of the night of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
he was. He was.
He is,
and I've been very critical of him.
Yeah, we will all talk. Matter of fact, I think we were talking shit about him in the last episode.
Yeah, but he was actually the highlight of the night.
Yeah.
He is our hero.
So no beef.
And if I ever meet him, I will hug him, like, just for that. But so what ended up happening is Braun Strowman, because it was a no DQ match, and if nobody else knows,
it was a no DQ match, like, out of nowhere.
All they said before that was that Chris Jericho was gonna be in that cage. Nobody ever said a no DQ.
That should have just gave it away. That sums up.
Yeah.
Raw last week they said it was gonna be a no
well, we don't
match.
really watch Raw and SmackDown for the most part, so it's very rare that we watch it. So I would normally be watching it now, but we're doing the podcast.
I just read I watch SmackDown, but for Raw I just read the results.
Yeah, I checked the YouTube next day or whatever.
Yeah, I can't sit there and watch Raw.
Yeah, plus I don't want to hear Stephanie's mouth for the next 15 minutes. Like, that's all it's gonna be. Her. Anyways, yeah. But like we said, Braun Strowman came out, beat the shit out of Roman Reigns, and then KO capitalized. But like I said, KO put on a show. Roman Reigns actually didn't disappoint in this match.
Jericho with a con come up on the top of it.
Oh well, yeah, Jericho's Jericho. I mean, he's just one of the best. But that whole having him all over the thing was stupid. But so KO retains his title. And that's that. Then next we had a cruiserweight match, championship match. Neville was facing off against, I forgot the other guy's name.
Rich Swann, yeah.
Rich Swann. He was the champion, and that was a pretty decent match. I mean, Neville's not the same Neville that
that heel turn, he
became Shadow Link.
Yeah, he have to be grounded a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, we call him Shadow Link.
Yeah, because our heels they don't do high flying moves to get the crowd excited. They're supposed to get the heat,
right?
So that's why he doesn't do that red arrow.
Dude, that shit gets me so mad. Like, you can have, if they were to just, like, step away from that stupid, the stupid bad versus evil gimmicks. Like, yeah, you could have your heels. Your heels will be heels. They would do things, but in a match, like, just let them do their own thing. Like,
at least on an important pay-per-view like Royal Rumble, let them do their thing.
Like, look at Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is okay by any. He looks like a lineman. He's not that fat, but he's built like a lineman. Like, he looks like an out of shape old school wrestler. This dude was doing frog splashes from the turnbuckle, from the ring post outside onto a table. Like, that's some shit you'd see from Matt Hardy and Edge and Christian. I mean, the Hardys and Edge and Christian. Mm-hmm. You don't see that shit from a big dude like him. So, like, let Neville do Neville, man. Like, he could be a heel, he could be a dick on the mic, or he could do, whip out a chair or some shit, or, do the heel thing, but let him fucking wrestle.
He only does the red arrow when he's attacking somebody, and he does it well, they're fake.
And I also think that's a product of steroids.
That dude's way too jacked.
Yeah, I remember. I never really followed him too much, but I do remember seeing him before he came up to the main roster.
What about X's boy Apollo Cruz? You think that's it?
Now, Paulo, I don't know. I mean, who knows? But he's not getting a push anyway, so whatever. He's not even in the conversation, unfortunately. But yeah. So that match was pretty good. I had my head up and down for that. It was entertaining. I mean, I like both of the guys. You know, I don't know much about Swan. I never really got to watch much of the cruiserweight stuff, but that's gonna change now that I got put on to Jack Gallagher. That guy is, if he doesn't win at least the Intercontinental title in the next year, I mean,
He's not going to win the Intercontinental.
he's not, but he deserves that
He's
shit.
not.
The man deserves that shit. I give him 2 years, but they'll probably squash his gimmick before once he gets over. Like he's gonna become, like the shit, and then all of a sudden they're gonna be like, oh, some bullshit injury or some shit. But anywho, back to the cruiserweight. Neville got the belt. So, well, that would be cool. Is if Gallagher fights
Neville?
Neville.
Oh, well, he's going to cross him at one point.
Yeah, that'd be a good. And see, that's the thing. Gallagher, he's a face, but he's got sort of that that he can go heel, and still be awesome, and still do his thing. He could go either way. That's the one thing about his character. I mean, yeah, he's a face, but like I said, that same gimmick can go heel without losing anything. Like
True.
it's almost like no, not Damien Sandow, because Damien Sandow was just like, when he was the intellectual savior, he was just a heel. But yeah, he could go either way.
Bad News Barrett could have been. It was Barrett wanted to go face with that, but they said no.
I think that Bad News Barrett was better as a heel thing. I mean, Barrett was awesome either way, but he's one of those guys. I think he served better as a heel.
He was getting such a pop with that.
No, but the thing is, you can get pops, you can go over, you could still be heel. Like that, I don't see the problem with that. But WWE,
The New Day was.
yeah, New Day, they got, see, that's case in point. They came out, they got pops. When they said something about the state they were in, they got booed.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they wrestled, they got pops. Or when they did something like they beat up a Cena, they got booed or whatever. Not Cena, but you know what I mean. So that's the thing. You can have that heel gimmick, but still be good.
No, but he was going that New Day route, but then they said no, we're gonna give you the stupid kink gimmick.
Oh well, see, but the thing with Barrett is Barrett can pull off a lot of different things, and people will still give him a pop. Like when the Bad News Barrett thing was going down, like yeah, he was going over with it, but he was still bad. When you hear his music, you get hyped. Like if he came out at Rumble, you would get hyped, even if he
wanted to go face, but they said no.
But how would he go face?
He wanted to go. He was getting over. He was gonna keep using that. But they said no.
But the thing is, he can't be Bad News Barrett and be a face.
Yes, he can.
No, he can't. He can. There's a difference between getting pop and going over, but being face and heel. That Bad News Barrett, what is he gonna do? How's that Bad News Barrett gonna work as a face?
That's me.
You
That's
can't.
the man
You can't. His whole gimmick is dissing people.
Yeah.
The only thing people he could diss is the heels, and get over. That's corny.
Yeah, and he could still do that and still be a heel. Like he could diss.
Again, I'm saying what he wanted to do. I'm not saying that it was gonna happen.
I'm not saying you said that. I'm saying it doesn't make sense though. If he wanted to use the Bad News Barrett, he probably wanted a push. But
Probably that's probably Bad News Barrett could be used as a face. I mean, they could just go the easy route and not diss the crowd and just diss the other heels and
They just say, I'm afraid I've got some bad.
that could that would get over.
But even still, I still think he could have done that.
He's a better heel.
Yeah, exactly. It's like even like Sandow or not Sandow, Ziggler. Ziggler's a good face, but he's
Ziggler's
just
good at whatever.
Yeah, but that's true too. Yeah, he's.
Mike wise, he's better as a heel.
Oh yeah. When because he's got more of that Nah, but not for nothing though. When he was face and he went off on who was it, Dean Ambrose?
Yeah. He was talking that promo, and all of a sudden he just kicked him out of nowhere. I was like, yeah, that was mad funny.
That like when he
He's
went
like,
off.
Lean back with that.
Yeah, when he went off talking about how he like he's worked hard. Like that was a crazy promo. Like he went off. But anywho, where were we at? We were at the whole Neville shit, right? So yeah, Neville wins the belt. Quality match again. This is proving that Royal Rumble was actually going to be, if not great, good or decent, as opposed to the shit shows we've gotten like Survivor Series. That shit was corny. I don't even remember anything from Survivor Series.
The last Survivor Series match.
I remember that freaking.
I don't even remember that.
Orton actually did an RKO out of nowhere though. He fucking slid into the ring, just caught Roman Reigns with a fucking RKO.
Now the best was what he did to Seth Rollins. When Seth Rollins went to give him the curb stop, and that was out of nowhere. I don't remember that one though. I mean, I think I do, but anywho. So Neville wins. Then the next match was the WWE Championship match.
The
AJ
match of the night.
And this was another good match.
Quite
AJ,
possibly WWE's match of the year.
Right?
Until that stupid finish.
No, you gotta understand. First of all, anyways, it was AJ Styles defending his title against John Cena. Now, you gotta understand, like, John Cena was probably gonna win this. I mean, it's a big event. But this outcome sort of also fucks up Royal Rumble and makes the Royal Rumble like the outcome of the Rumble. No, it doesn't make any sense because like we'll get into that later. But anywho, back to this match. It was good. Well, we put John Cena in a match with somebody who knows what they're doing. 90% of the time, you're gonna. Matter of fact, more than 90% of the time, you're gonna get a good match. I mean, he's been in good matches with Styles before. CM Punk,
Ziggler.
Yeah.
Although he buried Ziggler.
Yeah.
Not one Ziggler got over on him.
Well,
that
actually, no. That ladder match, TLC, but that wasn't even.
Really?
Yeah, that TLC in Brooklyn.
When AJ turned heel,
Oh, okay.
That was great though. Like to see that live, that was pretty dope. And we actually got a good look at the super kick.
Drew, my boy Allen, and cousin
Actually, I actually have video of the super kick, and it was like legit contact. But outside of that, and that wasn't even a championship match. So, that was to keep the money in the bank thing, which was great because he ended up cashing in later on. But John Cena's always beating Ziggler for the most part. But yeah, so you put you put Cena in a match with somebody who knows what they're doing, like a Ziggler, like a Punk, like a Jericho, like a Styles. You're gonna get a good match. You put him in a match with Brock Lesnar, unless Brock Lesnar suplex him 30 times, and it's not worth watching.
Yo, that SummerSlam match was like the best squash match ever.
That was a surprise. That and what happened to Brock Lesnar. No, I don't think nobody expected that. As much as maybe we wanted that to happen. I mean, Goldberg vintage, what, like, it was like a minute and 20 seconds, that match?
Just herbed him.
That's WWE's middle finger to Brock Lesnar.
Herbed him.
Vince is like, yo, fuck you. You think you could do what you want over here? All right, cool.
I don't think Brock Lesnar even cares. He's just like, I'm here, I'm getting
paycheck,
paid.
right? Yeah. It's a paycheck. He's in the main stage. It's more publicity for him. He can't wrestle in
Fuck you, pay me. That's that shit.
He can't do UFC right now, right?
Hell no.
Yeah, exactly, because he's banned for a year. So, yeah, fuck it, take the money. And you know what though? When that ban is lifted, he's going right back. WWE and UFC, all that steroid bullshit, they know what everybody's doing. They don't care.
Especially WWE. I mean, come on. You'll never hear John Cena getting busted for steroids, even if he is. I'm not saying he's not, but if he is, he ain't getting busted for it.
Nope.
WWE's not going to allow that shit to happen.
They'll throw 10 people under the bus before, But that's their way of.
That's what he got suspended for, is smoking?
Well, he said it was. He got suspended for some type of substance, but he said it was a false cut. He said it was a false cut.
He gets suspended for smoking a split.
That's their way of saying we care about drug policies and stuff like that. So we're gonna throw.
Nah, he probably took a supplement, a supplement like what all these baseball players say.
Yo, you know what's crazy though? There's so much shit that like you could take now, and it has stuff in there that's really not legal. I mean, not illegal, but it's like some backward shit. So people get suspended for taking fucking Flintstone vitamins and shit
So
because there was something in there.
That's why he needs to drink them nutriments, my man.
Oh man! All right, so yeah, so back to this match. It was good. Yeah, it was good. Again, AJ Styles is the king of the Superman punch. I don't care what anybody says. That
phenomenal forearm.
Yeah, that phenomenal forearm is. I'm surprised DC doesn't sue WWE.
That's like poetry in the air, right?
Yeah, dude, he does that shit so smooth. And John Cena doing AAs off of the turnbuckle.
And
Yeah.
Styles kicking out of that shit.
Well, the thing about Styles is it took 4 AAs to beat him, so yeah, a lot of wrestlers go down on one. So
yeah, no, it was an entertaining match.
Styles was still protected, although I do not agree with the outcome.
No, I mean nobody, and it doesn't make sense. We'll get into more of that later on, but it just doesn't make sense going forward because like half the shit that would have made sense, like I'm hoping that this is not the end of Styles' run at the championship because it seems like they'll do that. They'll have these guys, then they'll bury them, and then they think people forget. Like Balor, like X brought up the 7 month rule, where they act like if after 7 months the WWE will pretend that nobody cares. I'm outside of John Cena, so like if the WWE thinks the fans don't care, but they really do. So that's like their excuse to say, oh, whatever, somebody else's time and whatnot. So who knows if Balor even gets another shot at that title, which he deserves it. Yeah, Rollins, but I think Rollins is not even going to be in the picture. Like maybe they'll throw him in.
Gave him his title rematch against Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank, and he won.
That what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm talking, but yes, it's shit like that. It's shit like that happens, that he loses it in a day, in a matter of a couple minutes. And then maybe they'll throw him in triple threat matches or elimination chamber matches and TLC matches, but I don't know if Seth Rollins gets that, unless they actually like him, but I don't know. I mean, so it just sucks because you have this abundance of talent, and now you have 2 different championships. So you're telling me, even before they had that, they had the IC. The IC was the Universal Championship before the Universal Championship ever existed. And way more prestigious.
I think the IC is like the most prestigious belt out of all them belts.
Yeah, it is. Because, like, you look at the people who held it and the quality of wrestlers, like, the WWE Championship, the World Championship, the WWE Championship, there was a lot of great wrestlers that held it. But there was also a lot of, we're going to push this guy, like Cena's and even though I'm probably gonna get some shit with this, but like The Rock, though he did amazing things for the company, I feel at some point it was just one of those things like, we're gonna give him the belt because he's The Rock, as opposed to giving it to like Christians or Edges and stuff like that. And I'm surprised to see even Edge get that kind of. But yeah, the IC you had with Jericho, Shawn Michaels, just countless names winning that shit, and now it's just like it's a what is it, like an afterthought. Like the U.S. title gets more.
An afterthought. I think that title's definitely an afterthought. People be winning it and they don't defend it.
But that shit gets more TV time than the Intercontinental Championship nowadays. I mean, yeah, it bounces around back and forth but
it bounces around. No one's defending. They just win it and they just hold that for like 2 months and just like,
who has it? Jericho, right?
Yeah, see, there's nobody knows.
And you have him hanging over the fucking thing, not even defending it. When Jericho could have put on a fucking dope match with you could have even had him and Samoa Joe go at it for the U.S. title. You don't want to throw Samoa Joe into the world title mix now?
It's in WWE,
Yeah. So anywho, it was a really good match, and again, it was showing that Royal Rumble was actually good. And it was sort of giving NXT a run for its money because NXT was great. Don't get me wrong, the takeover was awesome, but I don't think it was the best takeover. It was a quality takeover. You can't have five-star takeovers all the time. I think what really killed it was the injury, the quote unquote injury, because that slowed it down. Like if you notice, the pop wasn't as big as it should have been, and that Oscar match.
Yeah.
That 4-way shit was stupid. Like I said, I thought that this girl Cross was gonna suplex both these girls into the table on a reversal and run in the ring and have a 1-on-1. But
nope.
yeah, of course not. That was the WWE move right there. But at least Asuka still won.
Yeah. Asuka's a beast.
Yeah, and I'm sure maybe that's just their way of like sort of not running her into the ground per se, like, you know, just throwing her in all these matches and then, you know, run her course. I guess they want her to stay down there a little longer, and because she's really the best, one of the best things out there.
She's the best female wrestler there,
and she
nobody could touch her.
Her status is pretty much up there with Shinsuke and all the guys that, you know, had the belt. Balor's and
she's untouchable because not Charlotte, not Sasha, none of them four horsewomen, whatever, is on her level. She's just a beast.
And not
she's
for
bringing
nothing.
out caskets on these.
And not for nothing, I'd love to see her. They're not gonna do this, but I would love to see them do some kind of China shit with her, where she's going against the men, going against the Jerichos and whatnot. That's the thing. Yeah, they're gonna put a big chick like that, but realistically, I think Asuka will be the most formidable because she fits that style. Like, she's not big, like, you know, manly like these other girls are, but, you know, it would be a cool thing to see. But they're not gonna do that because, you know, you can't hit girls and shit. But it's wrestling. Hey, you want female empowerment? Right there, boom.
Any dude's hitting my Nia Jackson's getting slapped up. I am running in that ring, and now I'm playing. I think Nia Jackson can handle herself.
Yeah, I think she's got that on her own.
No. But I will defend her honor though.
All right, yeah, and then cue the music. Cena ends up winning.
Yes.
Despite the outcome, it was still a good match. It's something you could live with. Like,
yeah, I could live with. Yeah. Because it takes two wrestlers to put up a good match, and AJ Styles and Cena, they did their thing. So I ain't mad. I just hopefully just Cena loses it before WrestleMania, because I don't want to see another Cena Orton.
No, and
we're going to get into that.
Yeah, because that's something that's huge that we got to talk about, which we're going to get into right now. The Royal Rumble match, 30 men. I'm not going to be like WWE and tell you all the rules and the stats.
Yeah. It started out fun.
Yeah, there wasn't that much surprises.
No, there was.
Except
Jack Gallagher was like, what, the only surprise?
Jack Gallagher came in. Ty Dillinger wasn't a surprise.
Everybody knew that was coming.
Yeah, yo, look. Matter of fact, they got there was that post. Hold on the WWE's YouTube channel.
Well, they had a poll.
No, it was a post. It was a post about where is it? It's coming up. Where is it? No, not that one. It was the other one. Right here we go. Ty Dillinger is a surprise. Like, really?
No,
you know, he's not.
We all knew that.
Well,
we all knew that
When
since.
they said it's number 10, all the fans started chanting.
What would have been a surprise is if, like what I was saying, he came out at number 9. That would have, and I still think that would have been fucking hilarious. It would have, you know, obviously because everybody knew he was coming out at number 10. Like the second that 10 thing became popular, like you knew he was an automatic. Like there was no way he was not going to be number 10. WWE, they're not that stupid. You know, he's not gonna go over the way he should. But you know, as far as getting, you know, a championship or winning the Royal Rumble, but they knew they could throw him in there and get that pop. That's like, you know, Mark Henry. Mark Henry came out. They were in Texas. You know, that's his home state. So yeah, you're gonna throw in shit like that. Like, my biggest surprise was that Kurt Angle wasn't in it. He didn't have to win it. And I was talking to a friend earlier, and he brought up a good idea. You could have Kurt Angle be in the mix, but not have him wrestle by sort of managing American Alpha. Like, have him, you know, like, train them, you know, like in typical, you know, that amateur wrestling style.
Yeah.
But, you know, he didn't come out, which, I mean, I'm not gonna say I was fully expecting him, but I figured, hey, you know, he's in the
Hall of Fame.
in the Hall of Fame, yeah. Like I said, you could have got eliminated real quick, You know, it's okay. You know, but not even real quick. Just have him in there for a while. You know, do the shit where he's laying on the floor like everybody else, and then you know, have him do a couple of angle slams and stuff. But no, they what they're gonna do is they're gonna end up having him wrestle like sometime later this year for no apparent reason. Maybe Seth Rollins, and it's my boy Seth Rollins is gonna hurt him by accident.
Yeah.
And then
Star Killer.
Yeah. And then they're gonna talk about Kurt Angle versus Undertaker when Undertaker is we're gonna get into that in a little bit. But yeah,
so far up to that point, my highlight for the whole Rumble was Braun Strowman, but I thought he got eliminated prematurely.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
But that really didn't bother me. So since he got eliminated, I expected Baron Corbin to dominate like how Braun Strowman did, but he really didn't do much.
Yeah, and it's crazy, right? So we had Baron Corbin come out. I think and Braun Strowman came out. I think a little later. I think, or was it? Yeah, he came out a little later.
He came out a little later.
So the thing is, going back to the Universal Title match. Excuse me. You had Braun Strowman interfere with Roman Reigns in that match. So we're all thinking, first of all, we thought that Braun Strowman was going to be one of the final people in there. So you throw Roman Reigns in the Royal Rumble. After that, what happened to them two? Roman Reigns came in before he was even... No, after he was eliminated. So
yeah,
it's like...
there was no point.
So as happy as we were that Braun Strowman interfered in that KO match, what was the point?
The only point of Roman Reigns to come out of that to come not to come out as an entrant, but to like interfere in that Royal Rumble was to hate on Braun Strowman.
I would have been happy with that because
I'm like, all right, it's a good program y'all could go into.
Yeah, but
that's a good program, but nah. Yeah, he takes out Undertaker, and they have that stare down like something's about to happen. Like, yo, I don't give a shit.
Like, who wants to see that?
Not me.
Unless you're one of those people that don't know shit about wrestling.
I do not want to see. Well, this is me personally. I do not want to see Undertaker wrestle.
Yeah, even if Undertaker was the Undertaker 5 years ago or 6 years ago, I didn't want to see him wrestling Roman Reigns.
I mean, if you're not in a program with Sting, at this point, then I don't really care.
Exactly, and even now, the way he looks,
you lost to Brock Lesnar, and all that mystique and all that allure you had is gone. There's no point of you being in WrestleMania. You already lost. So
exactly. And my beef with that was going back to the whole Undertaker losing his streak. Like, you lose out of all people. I mean, I guess it was cool to see Brock Lesnar dominate because that's the kind of dude he is, but it just didn't make sense, in my opinion, for him to beat Undertaker. Like, it should have been either Punk or Sting. Well, I don't know. At that time, I don't think Sting was a while away from coming. Yeah. Sting came in like 3 years after his streak was over.
Punk was supposed to end it, but
Punk,
some shit happened.
Punk should have ended it. It would have even made way more sense for Cena to end it. Like, I think the two most logical that were in the WWE outside of Punk was John Cena, because you know the way they make him, or Chris Jericho, because Chris Jericho has done everything in WWE, WWF, and WCW, and
like I would like how Sting, because it would be cool if somebody from outside the organization I want a shot at that streak.
Exactly, and that would have been because they'd never faced each other ever.
They never.
But they brought in Sting. They brought in Sting a couple years too late. And even after he lost the streak, if they would have automatically threw him in with Sting,
that would still
perfect.
Would be good.
But they put him against Bray Wyatt and Sting against Triple H.
And that Sting and Triple H match was good. It was, well, I'm not gonna say it was pointless, but it made more sense. Let him fight Undertaker first, then fight Triple H.
I thought that was just they were in the same event. They should have been fighting each other. I thought that was a waste.
No, yeah, that was really bad.
It was just a NWO nostalgic thing. I was like, okay, get out of here with that.
Oh yeah, that was bad. Outside of that,
NWO DX and nostalgia.
The match was good until that. Yeah, like once you saw it coming. You saw NWO and DX.
Sting spent most of his career fighting NWO black and white, and it was stupid.
Yeah.
But it was funny when Kevin Nash made like the Taurus Quad. That was actually funny.
Yeah, but either way, but yeah, so you got Undertaker. From what it seems like, Undertaker is gonna be fighting Roman Reigns. And Undertaker just looks bad. Like I'm a huge Undertaker fan, as we all are. Like Undertaker.
Yeah, I don't want to see him go out like that. It's like,
Yeah.
nah, man.
Like, yeah. I mean, he looks like it just looks bad. Like you see
he was in there. He was looking like he was drunk. That's how.
Yeah.
He was walking all awkward. It's like, man.
And I know he's probably gonna look way better come WrestleMania. He's got the 2 months to work out and work on your appearance. But it just doesn't look. There's no need for it. I mean, he didn't even have to be in the Royal Rumble.
No.
Like he could have just the lights go out and at the end of Royal Rumble or I don't know, some shit. He should have interfered in that Roman Reigns match. I mean the KO match. That would have made more sense.
I mean, if you wanted someone was to start a program with Undertaker, him not being Undertaker not being an entrant, the lights goes out, he just attacks some random guy. Like, okay, that could lead to a WrestleMania.
Yeah, or if nobody knew Undertaker was gonna be there and he came out at number 30.
True.
That would have been, but
yeah, if Undertaker was going to be in the Rumble, I would not announce it at all.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know why they did that.
That would have been such a surprise. I mean, like granted, the outcome we probably wouldn't be excited with, but just that hearing that gong, not expecting him to be there, like that's just like if we would have heard the CM Punk coming out or something
Let
like
it go.
or even if Sting came out. Remember, we thought Sting was gonna be in the Rumble.
Oh yeah, I did.
No, I thought too. I didn't really think too much of it because I didn't know he was wrestling, but he could have came out and but they wasted that shit. Like we said, so Braun Strowman got eliminated by Baron Corbin. We thought that, like at that point, because we had Braun Strowman being one of the final people in the Rumble. But the way he got eliminated by Baron Corbin, I was like, okay, maybe Corbin. That clothesline was.
Then Corbin should have dominated at that point.
Yeah, that's all he did in the entire Rumble.
Yeah, he took him out and he did a deep six and he took a nap in
Yeah.
the freaking turnbuckle somewhere.
Yeah. And then all right, the way they played off the Goldberg and Brock Lesnar thing, that was cool because I wasn't expecting that either. Fucking Goldberg busting his ass again.
It's just straight up. It's just straight up Herb status, yo. It's just like, yo, you just herbing this dude.
Yeah, he made him look like fucking.
He just.
Like I said, this is somebody either I don't know if it's Vince or Stephanie's or Triple H. They both of them.
When Brock Lesnar came in though, that was funny. He was just laying people out, just picking up Ziggler out of there, just lifting him up out of there.
Oh, he was the one that threw out Ellsworth or whatever.
No, that was
Enzo.
Yeah, no, he did throw out Ellsworth.
No, wasn't it Strowman?
Strowman
threw out Ellsworth.
Yeah, that was a nasty.
Yeah, this dude fell on his back.
that was just nasty. I'm like, oh, he broke his hip.
Yeah, Brock eliminated Enzo. Fucking Enzo. That shit was stupid. Like and that's another thing they fucked up too. That long ass entrance. What it would have been cool is if you had what's his name, Big Cass. He was number 1. Now, it would have been so cool, despite that, as annoying as they can be, despite how annoying they could be, that they came out together. They were doing that whole whatever soft bullshit. That would have been cool is if after, Cass comes in, the number 2 is the same song, and then it's Enzo. And they're both looking at each other like, they're not going to break up, but, they'll just, stare at each other, probably argue with each other till the next person comes out. And then one of them gets eliminated. But nah, Enzo came out, what was he, 29? Or some
27.
He was 27. He was late. No reason. But yeah, so the Goldberg Brock Lesnar thing was, it was pretty interesting. And then the final 3 was Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton and
Roman of the Reigns.
Yeah, Roman Reigns. And it's like, even though Bray Wyatt was in there, I'm like, this is sort of like corny. I mean, I was if Bray Wyatt won, I'd be happy, but it was just like, you got a 2-on-1 situation. It's either gonna lead to some Randy Orton or Bray Wyatt turning on each other, or some shit like that. But no, Roman Reigns eliminates Bray Wyatt. There goes any logical thing, and then you have Roman Reigns getting eliminated by Randy Orton, which was cool. So the end game was that Randy Orton wins. Now this is where it doesn't make sense to me, right? Like
They're promoting Cena versus Orton for the
yeah, Cena beat how do you say it? Cena beat Styles. Okay. Now the rumors are Cena's gonna drop the title to Bray Wyatt at Elimination Chamber, and then Bray Wyatt's gonna fight Randy Orton, and that's gonna be like the final demise of the well, maybe not the final demise, but Randy Orton leaving the Wyatt family, because he was supposedly back before he joined them, trying to break them from within or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a cool match, but it's like Cena, let AJ Styles lose it at Elimination Chamber. Oh, I mean, even though I don't want him to lose the title either way, but it's just it doesn't make sense, man. Like,
well, so as how it looks right now, it's Cena versus Orton. And how many times have we seen that?
That's the thing. That's what it probably will be. I mean, Cena's the champion, and Randy Orton has the number. He's gonna go against the champion. So as it's set up, unless Bray Wyatt wins the Elimination Chamber, and that might not even happen. Some other bum could win it. So so it's like it could be some WWE doesn't make any sense. But
if some other bum that wins it, I mean that means Orton's going to be in a program with that guy who won the belt. But what that mean for Bray Wyatt? Bray Wyatt's going to come in as a manager. That makes no.
Yeah, exactly. So there's only two things that are going to happen, and one of them,
unless he just end that program right there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And they could do that, dude, because they've done that. They get a triple threat or some stupid shit like they always end up doing.
Samoa Joe comes in and costs Cena the chamber, and leads Samoa Joe versus Cena and Wyatt versus Orton.
As long as to me, all right, Cena and Orton, nobody wants to see that. If anybody wants to see that, it's people that don't know shit about anything. So but we say the logical thing, but they don't ever do the logical thing.
Yeah,
so
WWE for you.
Yeah, so we say, and it makes sense for Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton to go at it. But but the thing is, will they really push Bray Wyatt? Will they really? I don't know. Like, I mean, but then again, because Cena's fought people before that wasn't the title match, but those were big people. The Rock, Undertaker.
Yeah, he fought The Rock for the title.
The second time, yeah. But I mean, so I think, and as if the rumors are true, I'll be happy. Is Bray Wyatt wins at Elimination Chamber, he has the title, and Randy Orton goes at him. The only thing I don't like about that, and this is my problem with it, as like if Bray Wyatt would have won the champion, I mean, if he would have won the Royal Rumble.
He was Orton the champion.
No, not even. Here's my thing. Even though that would be a cool match, but I personally think like you go back to when Cena and Bray Wyatt were going at it back in the year or so ago.
Yeah, Cena almost buried Bray Wyatt.
No, but my thing is this, like he was Bray Wyatt was always going after Cena because he was on top. He was on top. He was one of those people that had things handed to them, and imagine giving somebody like him the belt. So say it would have been Cena and Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt beats Cena at WrestleMania and wins the belt. Like, how big would that be?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that resurrects. I mean, even though I think Bray Wyatt's still relevant, but that resurrects everything that he was doing before. Because now you give him the title, and I think I spoke about this on the last episode. It's like a Thanos thing. You give a guy like him, the World Eater, fucking the power. Now how does he act?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? That. But we're not getting that. So that's my beef. Like Corbin is SmackDown, right?
Mm-hmm.
Corbin and Cena. That's a good passing of the torch.
Cena ain't passing no damn torch.
Well, but yeah, I think
if Cena passed the torch, you already passed it to AJ Styles, if anything.
True that. Yeah.
So
It should be AJ Styles and I don't know. Well, that's the thing. Bray Wyatt's a heel. Baron Corbin's a heel-ish. Well, you could turn Baron Corbin
the
into
thing
a
is,
neutral.
what's interesting about SmackDown is that Baron Corbin has been getting at AJ Styles and John Cena. So Baron Corbin is like a tweener.
Yeah,
They don't usually do those in the WWE.
But they've been doing that in SmackDown. Didn't Ambrose and Styles fight?
Yeah.
And they were
Well, Ambrose is a face.
He's a face, but he's still got that sort of.
Yeah, but he's still classified as a face. I mean, Corbin's classified as a heel, but he has been on his anti-hero hero shit with AJ Styles.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about before. Having these people that don't not necessarily heel or face, just they just they're not your typical heel, or they're not your typical face.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like a Stone Cold, and that's why I say Dean Ambrose, even though he's a face, he had that sort of rogue, thing where he could have turned heel at any second, So and that's one thing SmackDown's doing. They have that, is like sort of that neutral territory. So yeah, you're right. Baron Corbin could have worked with that. AJ Styles and Baron Corbin, that'd have been great. Mm-hmm. But we're not getting that. So, and then on the Raw side of it, Chris brought up some shit he heard, where he said that at the next event, KO was gonna lose to Goldberg or something like that. Goldberg was gonna have the belt and then face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for the belt, which is retarded.
Goldberg's gonna hurt him up again.
Well, see, with that,
Goldberg. This time he might break a sweat, so he's going to win in 2 minutes.
Right? Yeah, not 1.5, 2 minutes. But see, that's the thing with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. They're both pretty big in themselves, where they don't need the belt, and it's sort of stupid because they're both part timers.
This is the same Brock Lesnar that got his manhood taken away by Goldberg, that beat John Cena, that beat Undertaker. So that goes to show.
Yeah. But I think, and going back to the Rumble, I brought up I didn't talk about this on the podcast. I spoke about this on Facebook as the people that would have made more sense than Randy Orton, and Jericho was one of them. Now, Jericho doesn't have to win the Rumble to go to this sort of thing, but you could have had it where he won the Rumble, so it's sort of he has to go for the title. So now you're forcefully pitting them against each other, him and KO. So it's not like your typical, we're breaking up bullshit. Like, it's like, I have to fight you. And they've had that sort of back and forth rocky relationship, but now it's like you put them to where we have to fight each other. There's no choice. I'm coming for you. I think it adds more heat to it and more emotion, and that would be a fucking crazy match. But I'm pretty sure that rumor that Chris heard is probably gonna happen, and that would be the biggest fucking.
I hope not.
I hope not, because that's.
I mean, I'm a Goldberg guy too, but I mean, Goldberg is past his heydays. I mean,
my man, they can have an entertaining match without having the belt.
Yeah, the title does need to be in the program. So
like that last match where he beat him in 1 minute and 20-something seconds, there was no belt involved, no notion of a belt, but it was still. It wasn't a great match, but it was a cool
took
moment.
something away from that. He took Brock's manhood.
Exactly. So like, leave these guys. Like, unless you were gonna have Cena and Bray Wyatt, leave Cena. Let Cena and Samoa Joe fight. Man, that's not my top pick. But I mean, hey, you want to throw Samoa Joe in the mix, have him fight the face of the franchise, do the same bullshit you did with fucking AJ Styles. I mean. They're gonna keep running that same fucking program till John Cena quits. So every new guy that comes in is gonna have to go through Cena. It's gonna be that same bullshit. So, but there's so many other possibilities. Like Randy Orton, he has nothing to prove. Like, he's won his championships. He's been on top. I don't have too much of a problem with him.
He needs another push.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Like X brought up yesterday, Royal Rumble should be for the guys, the newcomers. Like, maybe not necessarily newcomers, but the people that, like Jericho hasn't won the belt in a while. You know, if one guy deserves it, it's him. He should have been the one to beat.
I always want to see someone new win the Rumble.
Yeah.
I don't want to see like no back to backs or none of that.
Nah, it was cool when Stone Cold and whatnot. What did Stone Cold win it back to back?
Yeah, Stone Cold won it back to back. That was cool.
But he was always.
Cool.
It was different at that time.
At that time,
though.
it was just him. At that time.
Yeah, it was literally like him versus the entire. And what was great about Stone Cold Steve Austin was that it wasn't one of those things like, yeah, this is all scripted, but it wasn't one of those things where it felt like they were, force feeding him. He was fighting every day, fighting, constant handicap matches. He was like what they were trying to do with Seth Rollins or Dean Ambrose. He was that. He was the epitome of that. And it was just natural. So that was different, because he was constantly trying to get his way back up there.
You let the wrestlers the performers tell the fucking story with the in-ring and.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, but yeah, like X said, like for these guys to be winning, Randy Orton does not. You could put him in a title match, and let somebody else win the Rumble.
Just you want to put Randy Orton in the title picture, just do that like after the Royal WrestleMania and all that.
Let him have SummerSlam.
Let some new people shine or something.
Yeah, let him have SummerSlam or something.
But from what it's looking, it looks like he's trying to put over Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, and that would be. I don't have a problem if it's Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. I think that'll be.
I'd rather see that than an Orton and Cena.
Yeah, and like I said, what's his name? Bray Wyatt. He's so over with the crowd, like from the get. I mean, his entrance song caught people. They were doing the whole fucking Firefly thing. That wasn't something that they made us do. It was something that fans started doing on their own, and it was crazy. And till this day, it still sticks. So you give him the belt, you put him on top, you give him so much more to talk about. Like, adding fuel to that fire. Like, again, go back to the whole time where he was going after all these people on top. Where he was going after Cena, where he was going after CM Punk, and I forgot who else he was feuding with at that Daniel Bryan at that time. And those guys were all, if not champion at the time, they were champion around that same time, maybe a little before that. But now you give him the belt. That's like I said, that's like giving Thanos all the Infinity Stones. You give him all the power, and he can night in and night out come in and bring something new. And whether the Wyatt family is still behind him, not Randy Orton, but Rowan or whoever the hell else is behind him, And actually, that might give him a little sort of Stone Cold kind of thing. Because if he loses his Wyatt family, it's like everybody against him. Because before he had his crew. So yeah, that'd be great. But
and this thing about Braun Strowman. What do you think that makes him so cool? He's not talking.
Yes, he's just fucking people up.
He's just kicking. He's just whooping ass.
Yeah.
He talks a little bit.
Yeah, no, straight to the point. Like I'm gonna beat his ass. That's it. He don't get a fucking 10-minute segment where this dude talking about.
I'm the guy.
No. What was the thing he said?
None of that suffering succotash.
Yes, suffering succotash. And he said,
I thought
Irishmen have potatoes. It looks like you're smuggling some tater tots.
Oh God.
Dude, when I heard that, and I get the joke, I get it.
This
but that was just so bad. Now, if he had Seth Rollins or somebody like when they were the Shield, when the Shield was together, that was perfect. Even though Roman Reigns still said more than he should have, he didn't say much. All he really said was "believe that."
Believe that.
And that shit was still corny, but.
Yeah, Braun Strowman, he's just quietly whooping ass.
Yes.
And dude, I hope he just stays like that.
Yeah, dude. Why was the Undertaker so intimidating back in the day? Aside from his,
you hear that gong and you know you in some shit.
You get Kane. Kane was a perfect example. Kane did not say anything. Now Undertaker said
he just
things
magically
here
got his voice back.
Yeah, they did some dumb shit with Kane here and there, but
when Kane was quiet, nah, we ain't messing with you, man.
And and that's the thing. So like you got remember APA?
Yeah.
They spoke, but it wasn't like 15-minute segments.
Like they just talk about their paychecks.
Yeah, that was funny.
Talk about their paychecks. You paid good. All right.
That was great. Even before they were APA, when they were the acolytes, that's when they didn't really talk.
Yeah.
They were just like henchmen to Undertaker in the ministry, and that was beauty. So if Roman Reigns, take notes, man. You don't need to say nothing. You got your contacts.
That's not Roman Reigns' fault. That's
Vince. But
that's the creatives' fault, thinking that he needs to connect with the crowd. No, come on, man.
no, you connect with the crowd through your performance.
Exactly.
Like that's the thing. You have your people that are just gifted enough to talk. Your New Days, your Punks, your
Goldberg got over without saying a word.
There you go. Who's next?
Yeah.
That was it.
You're next.
What about Sting? Sting didn't really say much.
Yeah.
Sting
No,
spoke.
the crow Sting.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Yeah. He spoke, but it was very minimal. Like he had, who's afraid of the big back
He just
black.
sat on top of the rafters and and just jumped down.
Sting used to talk a lot.
Yeah, the Surfer Sting. Yeah.
But that was a different gimmick.
But
I'm talking about
the reboot Sting, the crow.
Like that's what made the Bat scary. That's what made him coming from like you feared him as small as he was compared to other people. Sid Vicious.
Well, Sid.
Well, he was loud, but it wasn't. He didn't step outside his.
Yeah, Sid, that was my man right there, Sid.
Yeah, so it's like
Power bombing.
the Big Show.
The Big Show is a talker. I mean,
But he
he
spoke. But
vocal.
go back to the not recent.
No, wait. You mean the Giant?
The Giant, yeah, the
WC,
Paul White, yeah.
The WCW.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he didn't.
Yeah, he did talk.
Yeah.
Even there was some stint in WWF where he talked, but it wasn't like, But he did enough. That's what I'm saying. He didn't do too much.
Yeah.
So like, stop giving these like.
It's just that these out of touch dialogue and like.
Yeah.
That's how you know that Vince got all these yes men, because ain't no writer out there would be like, okay, suffering succotash, Roman Reigns saying that. No, we can't let that happen. Ain't no Vince let that. Ain't no writer who would allow that.
Or like them saying hashtag every 2 seconds. You don't need to say hashtag every 2 seconds.
Everybody know what the hashtag is.
Yeah.
Everybody know.
Look at Nia Jax. Nia Jax talks. She doesn't talk a lot.
Yeah, when Nia Jax talks, I listen.
China.
Well,
China didn't speak really. Like,
well, when she was with DX, she didn't speak. She was just a muscle.
yeah, she started speaking later on because
Yeah.
but
Well,
yeah,
'cause she was her own brand.
yeah, but when she was with DX,
Yeah.
she was just the muscles. She didn't step out her boundaries. So it's like, yeah, like you have your, just stay in your lane, man. Braun Strowman, whether you agree with the whole big man thing or not.
Braun Strowman's going to tell a joke, and that's just going to fucking.
What about the other dudes, Rowan and whatever from the Wyatts? They didn't say much before.
They didn't say much, yeah.
They a couple lines here or there. Bray Wyatt did all the talking. Like not everybody's gonna be Punk. Not everybody's gonna be Stone Cold. Not everybody's gonna be fucking Hogan or Macho Man or Bray Wyatt or whatever, or AJ Styles. Like even Cena. Cena's great on the mic. Or Chris Jericho. Not everybody's gonna be that. Like Kevin Owens gets away with it because he's good at it. It just works. Like look at somebody like Neville. Neville don't need to be talking.
Nah.
Neville just come in and do your thing and kick people's ass. And the Hardys.
Yeah.
The Hardys didn't really talk much.
Yeah,
I mean,
they had a manager
yeah,
PS Hayes.
they had Brood this dude Gangrel,
Yeah.
or Lita, and they did what they did. They just came in and fucked shit up. So it's like that would be great. Not everybody's gifted on the mic. And
Test and Albert when they were TNA. Chris Jericho.
yeah, Test really didn't. He wasn't a vocal dude. He spoke.
Yeah,
but
the test could talk though.
yeah, he could. He just
that boot,
he didn't have to.
that boot spoke for itself.
But yeah, like so, it's a shame that like we're not we all don't stand behind the whole big man thing, the big man aspect of Braun Strowman, because that's like all that Vince really wants. But we do stand behind the fact that he is what he is. He's a big man. He's not that great on the mic, so he doesn't use that. So if Roman Reigns would just do the same thing, come in and get rid of the Shield gimmick, get rid of the song, get yourself a new song, get yourself a Killer Instinct song like Baron Corbin. And like Seth Rollins got away from the Shield. Dean Ambrose got away from the Shield. They're doing their own thing. Like you telling me that you can't find something. Come on, look at Glorious. Look at Bobby Roode. Like, you telling me that this guy CFO, he makes some of the guy who does the music for WWE. He makes some of the greatest fucking, or them, I don't know. It might be a group of people, but they make some of the best entrance themes. Like, there's some crazy. I mean, Shinsuke song. I don't know if Shinsuke song came from Japan or if it was something that was created by the new dude.
I don't know about all that.
But yeah, like I mean, Bo Dallas's theme song, dude, that shit is just golden. You know, it's like give him a new song, give him new attire, get away from that. Matter of fact, that Shield shit is going to the Authors of Pain now, so
Yeah.
they got that whole look. Unless you want to fit in with them, look, that's another one.
Hmm.
They don't talk.
Yeah.
They got their
Yeah, their manager's the mouthpiece.
And
Yeah.
they yell in
The
the
Book
ring,
of
but they're
Pain.
talking a different language.
No, they yell in the ring, but
No,
it's
but they're
it's
speaking
almost like what
different
Rusev
languages.
was. Rusev, he spoke in Bulgarian, Russian, whatever, but it was really, you know, Lana was the one that was
Yeah.
speaking for him. So
Rusev's a good heel, though. I like Rusev.
you know what? It's funny.
He's a traditional heel.
I didn't care for him at first, but now like he's
Once
just.
he put boots on, I was like,
It was like Cesaro. Cesaro, he grew on you. You know, like Rusev just like he embodies that.
You American pigs.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just like.
Yo, that guy cracks me up.
It's like these people they take like Gallagher. Gallagher, he just whatever the fuck he's doing it right, and they got that knack. But anywho, so yeah, so it's like Royal Rumble was good. It was really good. Like if we had to give it a rating, if I had to give it a rating, up until that end, I'd give it like an 8, 7.58 because it was entertaining. Despite Cena winning, even though it doesn't hurt my butt like everybody else, I just roll with it. Like you go back to the Rock and Cena, I was fucking around marking out for Cena. Like when he did the rock bottom to the Rock, I was like yeah, but I gave it an 8 until the very end.
Yeah. I mean, it was going on a good, nice cruise control, but it crashed hard.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I was speaking to it like with my friend. He's like, "Yo, you're way too harsh." I'm like, "I know." It
Man.
crashed hard. That I mean, the night was enjoyable until that, and it just like, I mean, like, I'm like, "Yo, fuck everything else, man."
Yeah, yo, we were having fun with our picks. We was doing the whole pick thing, and we was having fun with that and enjoying. Like, dude, when Jack Gallagher got eliminated and he's holding the umbrella with the other hand,
Yeah.
like that was like little things like that.
Yeah,
It was
all
cool.
enjoyable, and
Yeah.
and now it just crashed hard.
Yeah, like I marked out when Baron Corbin eliminated Braun Strowman. I marked out when Goldberg eliminated Brock Lesnar, where he just punked him.
Yeah, I mean, it was shaping up to like redeem itself, but fourth straight year it crashed and burned. Royal Rumble.
I mean, and the thing that sucked was last year. You kind of last year was the championship with
Yeah.
Triple H. That you kind of knew it was coming. Like
Yeah,
so.
obvious.
And I'm just glad it wasn't Roman.
You can't let Roman Reigns win it back to winning it on a title defense.
Yes.
That's-
Nah, Triple H could do that because Triple H he's been a champion, you know, whatever.
We already know that Triple H is going
Yo,
to
he
go to
should've been
WrestleMania
16
trying
time
to
champ before
Yeah.
John Cena.
trying to get over on Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, trying to put Roman Reigns over. We
Yeah,
all know
nah.
that was happening.
Yeah,
see that.
see that's what we don't want. Like it's crazy how I wasn't really I don't really care for Braun Strowman. I mean he was big beast whatever, but like for me to be talking about he's a man of the year or the hero of the a national hero, because he
Well,
eliminated.
he was legitimately the highlight of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
Yeah, it was. I actually thought he was gonna break
That's
the
a
record.
damn shame.
Yeah. I thought he was gonna break the record.
He was going. He was at a pace. He was just taking people out.
But I'm not mad who he got eliminated by, because that clothesline, that will forever. First of all, that kick to the face. That man took that hell of a kick to the face.
Or halufa, whatever they
What
halufa.
Now I want to know, is that Michael Cole fucking shit up, or is that their way of not saying hell, trying to be super PG? So you know, because Sami Zayn seems like a character for the for the young crowd. So maybe that's their way of not saying hell, but I mean that's still even dumb because it's hell of a. But whatever. Anyways, haluva kick, hell of a kick, but right to the all you hear is right in his face, and then that clothesline will forever. That clothesline, the Brock Lesnar elimination and the Jack Gallagher elimination. Those right there, and corny ass Enzo. And then that bump that James Ellsworth took, man.
He needs a week off.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be on SmackDown tomorrow.
Yeah, he needs a week off.
unless they tape some shit before and then just put that shit in there and make it seem like he's doing whatever. But yeah, but it just sucks. Like it was going so well. It was consistent. Like I my biggest beef with pay-per-views is that I always have to work the next day, so I can't enjoy it even if it's bullshit. So if it's not a stellar moment, then it's like if it's not a stellar pay-per-view or something at least relatively good, I'm pissed off because I'm like, yo, I stood up for this shit. Like, but yeah, it's that last after Goldberg came out, it was just like all downhill from there. Like there was some cool moments within that, but then yeah, number 30, you could have gave that shit to anybody.
It's a big troll job right there.
You could have.
Vince McMahon heard Samoa, so because they were saying they wanted that Samoan, because they wanted any Samoan.
And you know what's funny? I saw some people saying that like it wasn't a quote unquote like trying to say that it wasn't a good time for Samoa Joe, but Samoa Joe's been around for forever. He's a guy that you can throw in there into that mix and nobody would get mad. I mean, first of all, he's a perfect heel, and
Joe is gonna kill you.
well, they're not gonna say that, but
Yeah, they're gonna do crowd.
well, the crowd, not the. I mean,
The crowd says it.
but yeah. So the thing is, you could have thrown him in there. I know Balor supposedly wasn't in there because of he wasn't cleared. That's what friends were saying, that he wasn't cleared medically to play. I mean to wrestle. So that's understandable. And either way, it doesn't matter if he didn't win it because he's still guaranteed that shot unless they try to sweep it under the rug and pretend it didn't
Even
happen.
if he's cleared, I wouldn't want to throw him in there until WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I'll have him show up or whatever, and probably hit a move or two, and that's it. You're shut down until WrestleMania, man. All you do is promos from here on.
Now you know what sucks. Now you know what sucks though. All right, with the Universal title. Now thinking about that, if they hold him to WrestleMania and they do give him a shot, now we were talking about the potential. Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. I think that would be great. That's something that you didn't need Jericho to win the Rumble with, but so I think I wonder if they do Balor and KO.
I'm down with that.
That's
I'd rather that than Jericho, because we all know Jericho don't want to win another match.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, if they put Jericho at Mania, I don't think. But then again, it would be stupid because say if he does win it, it'll probably be something where he loses it right away, so that would defeat the purpose. I hate seeing that, even though it's nice to see Jericho win it, but if he's gonna lose it at like the next like Monday Night Raw or the next shitty pay-per-view, then that's pointless. So yeah, let him and Balor go at it, because even if Balor doesn't win, they can do it again. So I don't mind seeing that for a couple pay-per-views, Balor and it's pretty much having NXT. Well, the only difference is you won't see the grapples, you'll see the little haymaker swings and shit. But either way, I mean, if Kevin Owens could put on a good match with Roman Reigns, imagine what he could do with Balor.
That's like clockwork for them. It's easy.
Yeah, exactly. They will have.
That match they had in Japan?
But we're not gonna get that. That's the fucked up thing. We're gonna get, like Chris said, some stupid Goldberg and Brock Lesnar for the championship shit, or fucking Roman Reigns is some dumb shit. But anywho, so yeah, so that does it for Royal Rumble. It was good until the very end. It's like it's like when you're having sex with a girl and then she just wants to stop right before you're about to jizz. That's pretty much what it was. But yeah, so WrestleMania is what, like
Oh, like in April.
April? So
April
damn, we got
1st or something like that.
It's like in March.
I don't know. Maybe we'll cover one of the next pay-per-views or whatever. If it's worth it, I don't know.
Like Bray Wyatt wins at Chamber, we'll
If Bray Wyatt wins, yeah, maybe we'll have something to talk about. But even still, there's a lot that could happen between Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania, where they could.
After Elimination Chamber, there's a big gap.
Yeah,
to
so
WrestleMania.
that's a perfect time for Vince and Stephanie to say, "Hey, let's throw in this person and make it a triple threat match." When that just, I'm tired of seeing triple threats. I'm tired of seeing 6-man, 8-man tag team matches. I'm tired of seeing like 4-team tag team matches where it's like 4 different tag teams going at it for the title.
Yeah, if you
Survivor
don't
Series
belong
type
on a
shit.
card, you don't belong on a card. Stop
Yeah.
force feeding people.
That's what the pre-show's for.
Mm,
The pre-show, the kickoff shows are for those people that you could still have relevant matches and
Of course, we're gonna get that pointless Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale again.
no, you know what? That's okay. That's for the people that are
But
not
the
in.
people win, they don't do shit with it.
But that's fine. It's better than them throwing in, because you know they're gonna have a fucking another 6-man, 7-man Intercontinental Championship. You know it. It's
Yeah.
gonna
it's a
happen.
cruiserweight
No,
too.
it's gonna happen with both of them. Both those are gonna be like 6-man, 7-man ladder match matches. So you know that. Instead of throwing the NXT takeover into WrestleMania and mixing that up, I think that would be great. You could either do it like, mix it around, like intertwine everything, or have the first, because WrestleMania is fucking 4 hours, 6 hours long. So have, well, the actual matches. I'm not talking about the
That's fine.
so 5 hours. There you go, 2-hour NXT, and then go into or like mix it up if you want. But if you want to keep it simple, instead of having NXT Takeover a separate day, put them all on the same stage.
There are NXT Takeover and WrestleMania. Those are 2 different styles and for 2 different fans. So that's why I understand why they.
Yeah, no, I get it, but I mean it's in WrestleMania, so you're gonna have all the people in the same thing.
But I don't think those are the same people that go to Takeover are the same people that are in WrestleMania. Well, majority are, but.
Well, yeah, I guess they probably can't afford, so it's like pick and choose.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, you're right though. But I still feel like they should
Because
mix.
remember, we seen what was it, Toronto?
Mhm.
There were like basically different crowds.
That's true too. Even though I did see but then again, Royal Rumble and Survivor Series are 2 different. Like Survivor Series is one of the big
just like
pay-per-views.
Brooklyn and SummerSlam, 2 different crowds.
Yeah.
NXT was more everybody was all live and rowdy,
Yeah.
and SummerSlam everybody was like.
Well, that's true too. Because I did say if I get a chance to go to NXT Takeover at SummerSlam, if it's in Brooklyn, I'm going. If I can, if the tickets are available. Because I know SummerSlam is going to be A, super expensive, and B, super hard to get. So I feel like NXT Takeover, it would be slightly easier, not as easier. Because the thing is, SummerSlam will be in the Garden. Oh no, they're both in Brooklyn.
They're both in Brooklyn.
Oh, they're both in Brooklyn. Oh, so whatever. Either way, but yeah. So that's right. But I still think it would be cool for them to mix it up because it's such a big event. But yeah, and then maybe it's better for them to keep. No, I'm not talking about I'm talking about WrestleMania, them mixing up the 2 events. But then again, yeah, like you look at the quality of, and I don't think they want that. Like if NXT Takeover was a great show and WrestleMania wasn't a great show, if they're separate, it's not gonna be like, if you have a sick NXT, NXT card, NXT matches on the WrestleMania, and then those matches outshine the championship matches, then Vince is gonna fucking kill people. But anywho, so yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a long time before anything really relevant happens. Oh well, this will be like our. I guess this will be like our. I guess we'll cover the big 4 pay-per-views.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? We have sports in between. Maybe the Knicks will turn it around. Maybe. I don't know. But anywho, yeah. So that's that for Royal Rumble. We got a while to WrestleMania. Yeah. Well, hopefully we get quality.
Yeah.
But knowing that, we won't. Any idea?
Only from NXT you get quality. But.
Are they gonna? Is probably gonna be Shinsuke and Rude again, right? And well, it is a long time.
Yeah, it is a long time. So they could squash that before. So if Shinsuke loses the rematch, then he has to be at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
at some point.
That's true. Yeah, I think one of those guys are coming up at Mania. One of those guys. Like, it has to be one of them. Like, I as much as I love Shinsuke, I think Rude will be the one to get up there first.
Yeah.
Because just he has, look at Rude. Rude, everything about him, it's just, it has old school wrestling. Like, I always thought he was related to somebody. Like, I swear to God, he, not even that. He just looks like somebody, and I can't get it out of my head. Like, he looks like one of those old school WCW, WWF wrestlers from like the 95, 96, 98. Like, I can't get it. Like, I'm not gonna say Steiner, but like, he looks like somebody from that era, and it bugs the shit out of me. And when I found out he wasn't related, I was like, but he just has that old school heel, that heel aura around him. And I just think that with that song alone, and I'm not taking anything away from Shinsuke, trust me, if Shinsuke could get a spot in the main roster and have matches with AJ Styles for the championship, or Seth Rollins or something like that for the championship, I'm 200% behind that. But I just feel like Bobby Roode is he's WWF cut. Like, that's something that Vince would want. But yeah, so I don't even know what's gonna happen in NXT for WrestleMania. So whatever. Anywho, Chris, any closing words?
No, thank you.
Oh, see, look, Chris doesn't love you guys. All right, this is Successfully Failing Podcast. Quick shout out to Imbion and Fueled Magazine and Fat Guy Inc. And shout out to Jack Gallagher, the man. Peace.